This hangout on
Trinity
air is
Baptist.
live.
Sure.
So we are just
I don't know
about to
who they're
start
from.
here, and should be having a lot of fun this week. You hear about all Jeremiah's trials and tribulations.
Sorry, I have my headphones on. Were you talking to me?
What?
Did you say something about me?
I said something about you.
Can you hear me? I hope so.
I don't know.
Is anyone in yet?
No.
I'm going.
The following is brought to you by Cable Communications. Welcome to Tech Talk SA, talking about all things technical from Android to Windows. We are here to answer your questions and inform you about this.
I'm going to be distracted all night.
You want this first break at 15, right?
Cats.
First
Yes.
break at 15.
Yeah.
So we can help further the kingdom of God.
Welcome to Tech Talk SA with your hosts, Craig
Gaines.
and
Hey.
Jeremiah.
Campbell. Good evening.
This is a wonderful evening, isn't it?
It's a pleasant evening. It's been quite a week. It's been a
Yes.
long week.
Sure. For you, I'm sure.
For me, for sure. I'll get into that here in a little bit. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
Did some manual labor for my wife today.
Nice.
For her all in the details of its business.
Yeah? You need to carry things, move things around?
Well, I was supposed to just go and do photos and videos of them setting up so she can do like a promo video or whatever so she can put it on her website.
Uh-huh.
But
And on our YouTube page?
sure. But upon seeing how the setting up of the chairs was going,
Uh-huh.
I felt I needed to step in and make sure it was done correctly.
Ah,
Yes.
yes. You like to make sure it's done right.
Sure. So I got to help in setting up 168 chairs
For a wedding?
for a wedding.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Did you get to go to the reception afterwards?
No, I came here. The wedding actually didn't start until 5, I think.
Is she going to bring home some cake?
I doubt it.
No leftovers, no cake, nothing?
I doubt it. I really do.
Really?
Yeah,
Like the best thing about a wedding is the cake.
it's true.
It's like, it should be the best cake ever. Ours was. Mine was.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. And I don't know why they have this tradition of freezing the cake and then eating it a year after. Did y'all do that?
We ate it a week later because we knew we were not going to want to eat it a year later.
We should have totally done that because it was horrible after a year in the freezer.
I bet.
Horrible.
Some terrible freezer burn.
Terrible. And I was really looking forward because we had some pretty good cake.
Oh.
It was awesome cake.
Not that second time around.
No. Once it was in the, it was ruined. This is expensive cake too.
It always is.
But oh man, it was so good the first time.
Just give me a nice Costco sheet cake. I'd probably be fine.
Yes, Costco makes the best cake. I would agree with
They
that.
make some really good.
They used to make the cupcakes. Did you ever have one of their cupcakes?
I don't think so.
They were huge. It was like eating. It was like 4 pieces of cake each cupcake, and oh, yeah, it's quite tasty. That's the only cake that I like of cupcakes.
Hmm.
Did I say that right? Because I like icing,
Right.
and I don't really eat the cake part of the cupcake.
You like the buttercream icing?
Oh
The best part.
man!
Yeah.
But I ate their cake
Sure.
part. It was lovely. It was awesome. But anyways, it's just cake now. But okay. And so, can I talk about my week? I want to a little bit.
Let's
Look,
condense it.
I'm going to try to condense it because I
think it may take the whole show if we talk about it.
I could, wonderful. So I left on Tuesday afternoon and I spent a few days with 8th graders, boys and girls,
Yeah.
in Arlington, Texas. And we helped out this organization called Mission Arlington. I'm so impressed with Mission Arlington.
Yeah.
It's just this, I don't know, this lady was like 400 years old, poor thing, and she was just working. I don't know how old she was, but she started the mission 26 years ago. And
So at 384,
something like that. I don't know.
Something like that. 374?
But So and she had done missions internationally before, and so she told us the reason she started this mission is it was a church. They are a church to their community 24/7.
Yeah.
Okay, and so like most U.S. missions or U.S. ministries that help the poor and things, it's usually like, oh, it's only a kitchen and they only pass out food, or it's a food bank, or it's a clothing. This day, Mission Arlington did like everything, and it was organized. It was impressive. I mean, it was just incredible. And so what was neat about it is we worked Wednesday and Thursday, and they had different tasks for us each time. Like we had a morning task, then we had lunch, and a different afternoon task.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't just like loading boxes for 2 days. I mean, we actually got to do different things. It was awesome. We picked up donations of furniture, and then turned around the next day and actually went to different apartment complexes and just handed it out. We told people, come. We had a trailer full of furniture, and they got to come and look at it, and we took it to their apartment. It was awesome. And then we actually walked out. We had, I don't know, close to 100 pizzas that were frozen, and so we walked around this apartment complex and was just giving pizza and bread away.
Wow.
It was awesome. I loved it. The kids were great. The mission was great. I could go on, but it was totally awesome, and I want something like that in San Antonio.
Sure.
I mean, it was just for Arlington, because Dallas, Fort Worth, you've got all these little.
Right.
It was just Mission Arlington, and they just took care of the community,
Hmm.
and that was it. They weren't trying to go reach around the world. They said, we have a need here.
Yeah.
Let's fill that need here,
Yeah.
and work on that. And that was great. It was awesome. I wish I had like 100 kids in each grade so I could keep going every year. I mean, I loved it. I loved it. It was
You still can go every year.
I can, and I would, but I do have a family here.
Take your whole family on a Mission Arlington trip.
Well, they really need help all the time because, like I said, they do so many things.
Yeah.
And we will, because I love it. I love it. And Tilly, her name's Tilly. I don't think she's really 400, but close. Sweet lady.
375.
But and you know what the thing was? Is she wasn't one of those leaders that just pointed and said, do this and that. I mean, she would come the times I would catch her, and she would ask, is this getting done? Well, no, then let me go do it. And the last day when I dropped off and checked us out, I mean, she was picking up trash that was falling out of the dumpster and stuff there to keep it just totally impressed.
Mm.
Totally impressed. Loved it. Loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
Except now that I'm glad to be home, but I'm tired. They worked us.
Sure.
It was great though. Awesome. We did go to the Rangers game.
I saw that.
Did you see my kids on the screen?
I did not watch the broadcast.
Lucky you.
It was a terrible game.
Oh, it was bad. When the first error happened, it was just something's like, oh, this is gonna happen all night, and it did. It was bad.
Yeah.
But the kids had fun. They were on the screen. I don't know how many times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they were dancing like nuts. And then we got to go, and they invited us to the post-game show.
Oh, cool.
And we got the guy leading up the trip. The teacher spoke a little bit, and our kids went crazy. And it was a great time. We had fun, but I mean, the mission part of it was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Because I don't go out of the country. I don't go on mission trips. I just am not called to do that. So yet, I don't know.
Someday.
That's up to God.
Yeah.
That's up to Him. But so far, that was cool. That was really awesome. So, and to bring tech into it, I opened up an Instagram.
Yes, I saw that.
Did you see that?
I followed you.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
And I had to post a selfie. I think when you join Instagram, to register, I think it's a selfie you have to post.
I still have not done that.
Yeah, you need to, because I did.
I think you've posted more things on Instagram in the 3 days you've been on there than I have in the year.
Probably.
I have posted 3 pictures on Instagram.
I really didn't post a whole lot. I got pictures were taken of me quite a bit from the kids. They enjoyed taking pictures, and it's the whole kid thing. Instagram really, I think, is for people under my age.
Whatever that may be.
I'm not going to say what age. It's just younger than me. That's what Instagram's for. But
Exactly.
it was a lot of fun getting that and learning how to use Instagram. And 8th graders telling me what to do. So I know we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got a lot of things lined up,
Yes.
and we were just talking about my mission trip here on Tech Talk SA, and we're gonna move past that. You're listening on AM 630 KSLR, KSLR.com, or hopefully you're joining us on our YouTube broadcast, which is live.
Yes. We don't get stats on the YouTube broadcast, unfortunately, because it's classified as a live event. So we don't know how many people end up watching it throughout the week.
Right.
But I'm finding out through random people, this person watched it or this person watched it. And it's like, that is very interesting. That was very interesting as well. The loud crash was an iPad.
My iPad wasn't
going
really
down.
set up like it was supposed to be. I think I was in a little bit of a hurry, so
It's totally fine.
I'm clumsy.
Yeah.
If you ever hear anything crash, it's typically me.
Typically, yes.
Typically you. Okay.
Typically, yes.
Me, not you. So.
Yes.
All right. So we got some great articles, some great news to talk about, and let's pull one out here before we hit the break.
Let's skip ahead a little bit to.
Okay.
So Google Drive,
Right.
they added the functionality in their presentation software that they have to cast your presentation to a Chromecast through. I totally forgot what it's called. I think it's called Present. And I could be totally off on that. But when you go to your presentation, there's an option to present, and one of the options is present on another device. And now you can do a Chromecast. So Google has essentially made their own PowerPoint presentation software and delivery mechanism.
That's awesome. So I just carry my Chromecast and plug it in.
It fits in any pocket.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, if you're going to a meeting, you just plug it into a TV or whatever. You got HDMI connection around,
That is awesome.
and you can do your presentation.
I like using presentation.
Do you?
I've used it a couple times.
Yeah.
It's PowerPoint. I mean
It does a lot of the things. It probably is not as glamorous or fancy as PowerPoint.
right, but it gets the job done,
Sure.
which is what matters.
Which is what most people care about.
And now I can take my Chromebook and create a presentation and show it on the Chromecast.
Yep.
And it's so much easier to do that than look around a big Windows laptop.
And hopefully you have a cable.
Yes. All right, we're going to take our first break here and stick around. We got more news and apps and things coming your way. We'll be back in a moment. I'm running get some water.
Hurry!
I can't.
Oh my god.
That was Jeremiah crashing into things again.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
He may have broken his leg. I'm not entirely sure.
Technology. Whether you're
Still
an
in there.
individual, a small business,
Yeah.
or a large business.
All right, let me get water.
We provide IT support.
Oh my God.
For your needs. Call us for a free consultation.
So here you can listen to the commercials we listen to in the studio.
System running smoothly, so you can focus on your customers. We come to your place of business, and also we can fix many problems remotely within minutes. Just consider Campbell Communication and Technology as your IT department. Call me at 210-704-7228. That's 210-704-7228.
Hello, I'm Melissa with All in the Details Events. Have you been tasked with creating the perfect party? We know everyone deserves a great party, and we can make that happen for you. Whether it's a birthday party, corporate event, or even your wedding day, All in the Details believes that every event is different and that everyone has different needs. We will help you create the perfect party.
If Jeremiah
Call
gets
us
back
at
in time.
210-265-6150
You might fall.
or visit our website, inthedetailsevents.org. Then everyone will want to know your secret to the perfect party, and you can tell them it's all in the details.
Alright, so we're going to go back to Jeremiah's. Oh, Jeremiah just came out. Welcome back to Tech Talk SA, and we're going to get right into it, talking about technology.
Yes, keep the show rolling.
So, I was unaware, and I have never been to New York City, but in New York State.
Okay.
But in New York City, they have a 3,500-year-old monument that was from Egypt. So I believe it's sitting in Central Park.
So they actually shipped it from. I didn't know this either. They shipped it from Egypt.
Yeah, well, at some point, I think
UPS?
it's been passed around. Probably, yeah. UPS or Egyptian PS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I worked at UPS once. I can tell you what they can't ship. I can tell you all kinds of stories, but this is not UPS talk on AM630K. It's a large tech talk. So,
So the past 133 years, it has been in Central Park.
so we've had it for 100. It was passed around, and we decided to keep it.
It is, yeah. It's
Okay.
Cleopatra's Needle.
All right.
So the Central Park Conservancy has teamed up with the Metropolitan Museum of Art and the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation
Right.
to clean Cleopatra's Needle.
With like 409,
With exactly,
they're going to spray it
but
and
more powerful.
more
So
powerful.
the
Okay.
the reason that makes this tech related is because they're actually going to clean it with lasers.
Lasers.
I kid you
I'm
not.
looking at this. This is crazy.
With lasers. So this this Cleopatra's Needle is so delicate that they're afraid that if they clean it any other way,
Right.
that they'll damage it.
So they're using lasers to clean it.
They're using lasers.
Because it's one piece of granite. It's one big, large piece of granite. So it's like your kitchen
Exactly.
granite, except like
It kinda-
400
yeah, it
times
kinda
more
looks like,
larger.
Kind of looks like the Washington Monument if you're not familiar with what we're looking at.
An obelisk.
An obelisk.
Is that how you say that?
I believe so.
Okay. So they're cleaning it with a laser.
With a laser. I was surprised that this existed in New York, and then I was even more surprised that the way they're going to use or the way they're going to clean this is with a laser.
Laser beams were deemed the most sensitive, environmentally friendly way to spruce up the surface of this large piece of granite. Amazing.
It's incredible how technology is used. I mean, lasers can be used to destroy missiles. They can be that powerful, or they can be sensitive enough to clean.
A 3,000-year-old, 3,500-year-old piece of granite.
Incredible.
That's crazy. So is Clorox or 409, are they going to come out with their laser cleaning products?
In the next 5 years, I'm sure they will.
To
clean your whole home, it's one device that sits in the center of your home and just kind of shoots out lasers and kills all the
That would
dust.
that would be cool.
I would buy that.
I would say, but yes, without a doubt. I bet it would also work as a toy for your cat. I love doing that with my cat.
Or it may just cut all the hair off of your cat.
Well, you know, I've really thought about laser removal. I hate to shave.
I never shave.
I hate to shave, and so I was thinking I should get that for my face anyways. That voice was my wife.
I don't know if you can. She apparently disapproved of me saying I never shave
That's
and not giving him a harder time about not shaving, I guess.
well, she just you know, she needs a mic if she's going to talk.
Exactly.
She was offered a mic and she declined.
So apparently she doesn't want to be on the mic.
So these laser beams, that's just cool though to hear that, you know, we're using this technology of lasers to not kill stormtroopers but to clean really, really old stuff.
Exactly.
That's crazy. I love it. Way to go, New York. Her scientist.
Everybody.
Everybody. Way to go, everybody involved with lasers. All right.
We're just near on sharks now. I don't know what's happening to Jeremiah. So the next story
Nice.
was Google and their stepping up of security on Android.
Yes.
So
I don't have an Android phone yet, but this is why I haven't gotten one. Is because their security is just not working.
it has been super awesome, and they're just making it better now. I completely understand.
Exactly. Yeah. I was waiting for it to get better. So they're rolling out a new update.
Okay, yeah. So the way they used to have an application that was called Verify Apps. So
Uh-huh.
every time you install an application, this Verify Apps would run
Right.
and cross-check, make sure that this wasn't putting something malicious on your Android phone. So they've stepped their game up a little bit, and now instead of it just scanning that application one time, it's now scanning it throughout the life of that app
On your phone.
Yeah. So not just like one particular app, but I mean it's going to scan every single app that gets installed.
Right. Now, this isn't going to necessarily protect everybody from bogus apps. Right.
No, it's supposed to help in that. Obviously, it's not going to be 100% just because, I mean, there's
nothing 100%.
Exactly. I mean, no antivirus or malware protection or whatever is 100%. But this makes the risk minuscule, as they call it, to being infected or have malware or something that'll steal your information. I think is the main
Right.
risk on phones is just getting your information. So any app that you think that you need on your phone that has antivirus or malware protection, don't install it.
You don't
it's
need
just slowing your phone down.
Right.
Google's got it covered. Calm down.
Well, I know there was a story done recently on how on the iPhone there were apps that you would download a game or something, but it was still getting into your contacts and downloading those and pushing them back up. And there was another app that was tracking your location, so that advertisers know where you go.
I don't doubt that.
Isn't that crazy? But that was on Apple, which I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm sure they have similar things.
I'm sure, but
yeah,
maybe this will help weed some of that out.
But yeah, this is definitely going to help protect you a lot more. Completely free. It's already updated on your phone. You don't have to do anything. You're already protected.
Right. So on my Android device, because my talking, using words again is difficult. So using my Android device, I don't have to download any type of security.
You don't have to download any type of security. It's already on the phone.
It's already on the phone. No need for it.
Don't waste your money, first of all, but don't
Right.
waste your phone's
Precious.
system resources to where it'll
Right.
slow down your phone's performance.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So, I mean, kudos to Google making it less vulnerable.
Well, Google gets all kind of kudos from us.
Well,
I think tonight's Google night, as a matter of fact, as I'm looking at some of these stories here.
it's true.
Being out of town and not really access to a computer, I wasn't able to add any stories this week. I was a little busy, but
I really didn't find anything super awesome this week.
except Google.
Let's be honest. I went through a bunch of old stuff that I had, and I was like, what have we not talked about?
Nice.
I will add this to the show.
Look what happens when I leave town, folks. Google.
It's pretty much all Google except for the Cleopatra's Needle.
Which probably Google came up with the lasers to do that, or the technology to clean. So this is, what's today, May 3rd?
May 3rd.
May 3rd is Google.
May 3rd is the day before
May
the
the
4th.
May the 4th be with you. That, when was that started? May the 4th be with you.
I don't know.
You
know what I can do? I can go to Google and find out.
I think you need to, because it's been the last few years, but I don't remember even how it happened, and it spread like can't talk again.
That's true.
Wildfire.
Yeah.
I think Twitter had something to do with it, and probably Google. But yeah, May the 4th is like this huge. Today, it's not tomorrow, but today I know Toys R Us had an event where they were having kids build free Star Wars Lego vehicle. And I guess because with tomorrow being May the 4th.
So apparently the first reference to May the 4th was used on May 4th, 1979 by Margaret Thatcher's political party. After
watching Star Wars?
No, after she took office as Prime Minister, and her party stated, "May the 4th be with you, Maggie. Congratulations."
That's not very spectacular.
No, so in 2011, the first organized celebration of Star Wars Day took place in Toronto, Canada. So, really,
Again,
2011 is the introduction of Star Wars Day.
so a Londonite, a European, a British person
This is
said
probably-
it first, and then a Canadian
probably a good
started
time
the
to cut
party.
you off.
All right. We got another break here.
Water, sir.
We're going to take another break. Couple minutes here, and we've got some more Google for you tonight. So stay tuned. Tech Talk SA.
If Brady says, I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt to work, church out, and I carry my lightsaber all day.
He knows about May the 4th? My 6-year-old knows about May the 4th. That's crazy.
His daughter was talking about you.
I like to think of myself as a self-made
I'm a
man.
cool
My
kid.
young
I have
life
cool kids.
began with my brilliance. But enough about me. You talk
More
about
water.
me for a while.
Pretty pretty in that
Is
water.
not a pretty thing.
Nothing
The
but
Bible
trying to
says,
rehydrate
let not the
yourself.
wise man boast in his wisdom. Let not the mighty man boast in his might. Let not the rich man boast in his riches. Why? Well, there's the obvious reality. Pride comes before the fall. Then there's
You tired
this.
too?
God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. And humility begins by accepting Christ as the Lord of your life, and in following Jesus'
So
own
begins
example of humility.
our. So this begins our 5-minute break, I think.
By becoming
4 or
obedient
5
to
minute
death,
break.
even death
So
on a
there's not a
cross.
whole lot
God
to
made you and gave you all you
talk
have.
about during the break.
Jesus died for
this
your
week.
sins in a demonstration of infinite love. No room for vanity.
So if
in
anybody
life.
has any questions, feel free to
Click on
throw
Grow
them
Your
up,
Faith.
and
BillyGraham.org.
Attention.
maybe you can
Have a
answer
fleet
them.
of vehicles for your company. This message could save you thousands of dollars this year alone. Introducing Live
Or
Track.
maybe
One,
let us
the
know
premier
how you're
vehicle-based
watching
tracking system that
the
uses
show.
power
Are you watching
GPS
on a
to help
computer,
know
on a
exactly
phone, on a
where every
tablet,
vehicle in your
on
fleet
your
is.
TV?
And
How are you doing it?
easily, accurately, and legally track where your employees or your driving teenager is, how long they've been there, and how fast they drove, all in real time. Call Small Business Services of San Antonio at 210-884-5067. 210-884-5067. American Shipping and Mailboxes Office Center now offering meeting rooms where you can have off-campus meetings and presentations with your clients in a private setting. Offering high-tech conference rooms that seat from 2 to 10 people with audio-video features. And you can also print, copy, and ship at the best rates in town while you're there. We're located on the corner of Wurzbach and Fredericksburg and open late on weekdays. Reserve your private meeting room by calling 210-614-3743. That's 210-614-3743. Or visit our website at AmericanShippingSA.com. Attention, if
Wait,
you have a
why
fleet
is
of
it on me?
vehicles for your company, this message could
Because
save
you're-
you
because I'm over
thousands of
there.
dollars
Yeah, you're
this
picking
year
up
alone. Introducing
Is it
LiveTrack
working?
One, the premier vehicle-based tracking
Are you
system that
entertaining people?
uses the power of
Not
GPS
anymore.
to help you know
I asked them
exactly where
questions,
every
see if they
vehicle in
would,
your fleet
is there anyone there?
You can easily, accurately, and legally track where your
There's a couple
employees
people.
or your driving teenager is, how long they've been there, and how fast they drove, all in real time. Call Small Business Services of San Antonio at 210-884-5067. 210-884-5067.
Imagine if Attila the Hun had a Ring Central business phone system. Ring Central is in the cloud. It's one phone system that works with all of your outposts. It's also the first and only business phone system with texting. And you pay one low monthly fee per Hun with unlimited calling. Plus, your Huns can use Ring
Unlimited
Central with their
calling.
smartphones, which comes in handy when rampaging villages on horseback. Keep your Huns efficient and your conquering running smooth.
Get Ring Central from Small Business Services of San Antonio. 210-884-5067.
I will never forget the day my son Jeremy told me he hated me and slammed the door in my face. I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman. Behavior
dare
problems
he.
can turn the child you love and your life into a nightmare. That's why my husband James and I created the Total Transformation, the step-by-step program that shows you how to fix the worst behavior problems and get your child to respect and listen to you again. No matter what the behavior, defiance, backtalk, angry outbursts, disrespect, we can help you stop it. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you. You can keep it forever for free.
Limited number of free programs available. Call now. 1-800-451-9814. 1-800-451-9814. That's 1-800-451-9814.
What was that number again?
1-800-451-9814.
Oh,
This is an hour long.
welcome back to Tech Talk SA. Apparently, I'm playing solo for the rest of the show. Jeremiah's decided to
What? Where are you back?
leave. Just, I feel like you're my dad right now. Just walking in at random times.
Well, you know,
I don't even know what's happening
there are
anymore.
things you have to take care of, even during a radio show. I needed more water. So your laughing's making me laugh now. So welcome back here.
Yeah,
That was a quick break.
it was like 5 minutes.
It was not 5 minutes. Well, I did replace the water, the big Culligan water thing.
Did you really?
I did. It's not like the old days where you had to pull the thing off and the water would come out.
Yeah.
It's got this like little. It doesn't pour out, so it's really easy to do.
That's a
But it's kind of heavy.
good explanation.
I'm out of breath. It was a bit heavy. But welcome back to
Yes.
TikTok SA.
For
We're
the
glad you're
third
joining
time.
us for the third time. We're having a great time this evening talking about
Google.
Google.
For the most part.
Google. Did you like that?
Google.
So we got some more stories here.
We do.
What do you want to talk about
did
next?
you hear the one about Google Drive?
No.
Okay. So Google Drive, or Google, has decided to split out some of its functionality from the main Google Drive app.
Actually, I do know this now.
Oh, do you?
I just downloaded Docs, Google
Yes.
Docs, on my iPad,
You saw that.
and it gave me an option for Google Docs or Google Spreadsheet, and I picked Docs first.
Yeah. So now, whenever you want to edit a Google Doc, actually, I don't think you're forced yet. I think in the next update for Google Drive, you will be forced to download Google Docs and Google Sheets. What they are doing is they're breaking out Google Docs to where you edit in that application for Docs, and then Google Sheets you edit that edit those files in that application.
Right.
So they're turning themselves more into Microsoft in a way, and so they're having separate applications for everything instead of having one big application.
Well, I think it makes it easier.
I think it makes it easier for them because that now they can update apps specifically if they want
Right.
to add the functionality without updating everything.
Right.
So I'm sure it's a lot easier for them to push out all the updates that they want to do.
Well, as a user too, it helps out because then I can just pull up a sheet or a doc how I wanted. Because I had another app on here that I had downloaded that lets me edit actually Word documents.
Yeah.
Called Polaris Office, and that's free.
Sure.
And it's the #1 compatible app with Microsoft Office. Did you know that?
Except for Microsoft for the iPad.
Right. That's what it told me. I don't know that that's true or not, but
Maybe not true anymore.
I don't think it's true anymore. But I was using that to edit some documents. I don't like. I've said this many. I don't like paying for apps.
I mean,
I will. You know.
Google is your friend then because
Yes.
pretty much everything they release is completely free.
Now I will say this: I did pay for the next level in Candy Crush the other night.
Oh,
I know.
I feel like I've stopped playing Candy Crush to an extent.
I did until I was hanging out with a bunch of 8th graders talking about Candy Crush.
Are they all playing it?
Well, not all of them,
a
but
lot
some of them. And I laughed at them because they were only like on level 25 or 30.
Ooh,
Bunch of losers.
I know, right?
And so I had to start playing again because I was so far ahead and I wanted to get further away from them.
What level are you on?
Not close to you. I'm on like 262 or something like that.
I stopped at 400.
That makes. Oh well, you know what? Now I'm gonna keep going until I hit 400.
I've moved on to playing PlayStation Vita games.
Did you get a? Do you have a 4?
I do have a PlayStation 4, but the
Did we have
PlayStation
the
Vita
discussion?
is the handheld.
Oh, you have that too?
Yeah, I like games with buttons. I don't like touchscreen games because, let's be honest, they're terrible.
And we're gonna guess how many children you have.
Why does that matter? I know plenty of people who have kids and still have game systems.
Not a PS4 and a PS Vista.
Sure, Vita.
Vita. Oh, I'm sorry, Vista.
I know plenty of people who have all of the above.
Oh, I don't think so.
Maybe not in your group of friends, but I promise you, they are out there.
Exactly. I'm waiting until Christmas.
Yeah.
Because my son is old enough to get one now, and
You're gonna get it for him.
I am going to get a PS4 for him for Christmas or his birthday. I haven't decided yet. One of the two, because they're right by each other. Poor kid.
There you go. Combine. I mean, it's a pretty expensive gift for. Is it gonna be 7?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you know.
I think I got a Game Boy when I was like 8.
That's awesome. Of course, this is the old school.
The
right?
original.
The
Game Boy.
original Game
Yeah.
Boy. I never got one of those. I had to buy my own.
I got so many accessories for that. I got a magnifying glass for the screen. I got an extra battery pack for it,
Man,
and some other stuff I can't remember. I think I still have it somewhere in a box with like an original Game Boy case where it's like a huge case that fits like a bunch of extra cartridges.
right.
And it's still in a box, and I think it's in my office.
That was the greatest thing ever when it came out.
Super awesome.
I think when I was 7, I got the NES, and I can just remember playing Mario Brothers and Trojan Warrior. That game was awesome, and the cool thing you had to beat the game without dying.
Oh, I hate those games.
Well, you didn't have to. I remember that was the challenge, right? To be able
Sure.
to beat it with that. Yeah, it's awesome.
Did you know? I know I played countless hours of Tetris on my Game Boy.
Oh yeah, well you had to. That was the best game on Game Boy. Was Tetris.
It was pretty good. It was like the game everybody. I
Well,
think, knew
it came
about.
with it.
Did it?
I think it did.
I don't remember.
I think Tetris came with it.
I don't remember.
Tetris is awesome, and I played it the other day, as a matter of fact. Living in a house with basic cable. There's also a VCR,
Are we having this discussion again?
and not only a VCR and basic cable, there is an original NES in the house on the same TV.
There you go. It's the
And-
only TV that still supports those inputs.
Yes, and so I played Tetris, and it just came right back.
Nice.
Amazing. Yeah, it doesn't have an HDMI port on it because I tried to put my Chromecast downstairs. Couldn't.
I'm sorry.
I think I appreciate that because it's
I'm sorry for your trip to the past.
yes, first world problems, right?
Totally.
Is that what we call those now?
I think so.
Okay. So let's talk about now some more Google.
Get
Right.
back on the Google train off the Nintendo.
Choo choo.
True.
Google. So Google's adding something new.
Yes. So I believe it's only for Android, but it may also be for the Google Search app that is on iOS devices.
Uh-huh.
So iPads and iPhones.
Right.
They have added functionality into the Google Now portion of Google Search. And so now, whenever you are driving and you stop for whatever reason and are there for, so
Right.
long,
Uh-huh.
it automatically thinks that you have parked there and places a pin and shows up in your Google Now. So whenever you go to look, it's like, oh, you parked here, and then you can essentially navigate back to your car
Sweet.
through like walking directions if you wanted to. So that's one of the things they've added.
Right.
I know that I'm sure people have used parking apps in the past where you're trying to remember where your car is if you're parked
Yes.
in, like if you're going downtown or something and
If you
you're
park on a
walking
street,
around
yeah.
or something. Sure, it's hard to remember. I feel like I'm just getting reminded that my car is at my house most of the time right now, though,
Probably.
and that
In your
functionality
driveway.
is really not helping because I know it's already in the garage.
Well, you're not an urbanite. I mean, I think these apps are for the urban dwellers that spend a lot of time in downtowns or in urban areas where you have to park on the street or park in a parking lot, and
Yes.
it changes every day. Or you live in said downtown and
Yes.
you got to park somewhere.
I do know that whenever I go to other cities, like we just went to San Francisco,
Right.
apps like this come in super handy,
Sure.
especially when you're parking on one side of the city and walking to the other, or riding on the train car thing that they have there,
Yes.
and then you're trying to walk back through Chinatown, and you're like, I think my car is down this way. I'll just head towards the coast and figure it out from there.
Right.
So I know that it would have come in handy at that point, but so that's one of the things that they added. One of the other features that they added was the ability to actually associate names with contacts. So
So okay. So I have an iPhone.
yes,
Right. So this is nickname. So you couldn't do that to your Android phone? Give a nickname?
what do you mean?
Well, like I have nicknames for people. When I call you or want to text you, I say the Tech Prophet, and it pulls you right up.
Does it?
Yes.
I would like to see whatever that is.
And I can say call my wife or call my spouse.
Yep.
And I've been doing that for ages.
Well, there you go.
But you can do that on Android?
Could not do that on Android. You had to say their name.
Wow.
Well, I don't want to get into all the things that Google has had before.
Well, no,
Like,
I'm just
actually-
surprised that Apple had something prior to Google.
I'm sure there was some patent that they had to work around to get it to work because Apple loves litigation.
They do.
So,
I love the nickname thing, and I'm glad that you can finally do it.
yes.
Can you name yourself?
Uh,
Can you give yourself a nickname?
Well, Siri talks to you like as a person. Google now doesn't do that, or Google voice search doesn't do that. It just responds to you.
Siri, what's my name?
You're Jeremiah, but you asked me to call you the doctor.
Ah,
Just Delta?
the doctor.
Oh,
She's British.
there you
Do you
go.
know why she calls me the doctor?
Because you love Doctor Who.
There you go.
But you are not the 13th Doctor?
No, I'm not, but I could be the 14th.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see when
We'll
that
see.
comes around. But I'm telling you that I'm just surprised Apple's had that long before.
That wasn't one of the things that Google really focused on.
Well, maybe they should have. Because I enjoy talking to Siri, and when she tells me that I'm the doctor, it just makes my day.
There you go.
So I didn't mean to steal your thunder. I was just
Totally fine.
didn't know that.
It did not have that feature before.
Yeah, that just blew me away.
Yeah.
But now it does.
It does have that feature. So you
And-
can associate my wife or brother or whatnot, and you can just say, call my brother, and it'll call whoever your brother might be.
Well,
I
if
do
you
not
have
have
more
a
than
brother.
one, you have to say call brother one,
Or you could,
thing one, thing two.
whatever you want to come up with.
Yeah,
So,
I love it. I love that feature. It's just so much fun because then I don't have to remember people's names. I just remember what I call them.
I'm really bad with nicknames. I never call people by nicknames. It's like people want you to call them by nicknames or something. I end up just calling you by whatever your name is because I think I just hate nicknames.
How do you hate nicknames?
I just think they're dumb. They're pointless.
What do you call me?
Jeremiah.
You don't call me anything else when I'm not around?
I'm not allowed to say that on a Christian radio. No, I'm just kidding. No, I just call you Jeremiah.
You don't use any nicknames.
I don't use any nicknames.
Really?
For pretty much, I don't think I use a nickname for anybody.
Huh.
Yeah,
Wow. I like nicknames.
I do not.
Well,
We'll be right back after this break and talking a little bit more about Google and possibly nicknames. Who knows?
on Tech Talk SA. Craig Gaines is the tech prophet.
Here's what I found on the web.
Don't tell me about no.
Just a little more functionality. Siri.
Craig is the tech prophet.
I'm Melissa with all the details events. Have you been tasked with
These are
creating
Here's what I found on the web.
We know everyone deserves a great party.
So apparently Jeremiah's phone does not know that my name is the tech prophet. It just keeps trying to do a web search, which is pretty common with Siri.
We will help you create the perfect
Not always. It just doesn't like you, Craig.
Let's be honest, Siri doesn't do that great of a job.
Oh, come on. I'm going to do it here.
You should just download the Google search app, and then you could get whatever you need to do done.
It's all in the details.
I'm Jeremiah Campbell. Campbell Communications.
That's what she does with my
Technology. Whether
iPad.
you're an individual, a small
That's a little
business,
creepy.
Sitting up.
It's a little creepy.
we provide IT support for customers.
Is that a mirror image?
Also, for free consultation.
Yeah, I
All
know.
right, I'm going to try this again.
Your computer system
We're
runs
good here. We're about
so
to
you
be
can
done.
focus on your customers. We come to your place of business.
Craig
Also,
is
we fix many
the tech
problems
prophet.
within minutes. Just consider Campbell Communication and
Come back in a
Technology as
second.
your
My web search turned this up.
210
That's creepy.
704
Call Craig
It's like
the
a
tech
scary movie.
prophet.
Yes, it is.
7228.
Call
I
me
know.
Craig
I should
Gaines.
delete that one. Oh, there's another one first.
Welcome back to Tech Talk SA. We are still your hosts, Craig Gaines and Jeremiah Campbell, although Jeremiah is just realizing Siri is not as good as he
Well,
had believed, and he cannot get her to call me the tech prophet.
I'm very stuffy.
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
I just don't think she understands me right now.
Let's be honest.
We have a love-hate relationship.
I think
Sometimes she
you
loves to talk to me, and other times she doesn't.
you want to love her, and she hates to respond correctly, and just does web searches for you.
No, she told you that I was the doctor,
That's because that's a basic functionality
and
of
she
Siri.
calls me the doctor every time I talk to her. Yes, the doctor. How can I help you? The doctor. That's what she tells me. So welcome back to Tech Talk as we talk more nicknames.
Welcome.
And Siri. Siri's cool. I like Siri.
Yeah. I'm not impressed.
Can you change Google's voice to different type of accents?
Pretty soon, but no.
But not yet.
But
It's coming out.
But here's the
Google
deal.
will come with it soon.
Here's the deal. The Google Now voice already sounds more natural than Siri does.
Well, I never said that Siri was natural.
But I'm just saying, I don't need to change mine.
I like British accents.
I-
Actually, this is an Australian accent.
I do not.
You do not?
I'm not as enamored as most Americans are with the British accent.
Well,
TikTok
if you
radio.
watched as much
Good.
BBC America as I did, you
Good.
might. So,
I do watch a lot of BBC. I love Top Gear.
do you?
Yes.
Are you a car guy?
Yeah, Sarah, I'm
I'm
in
not.
a live show. Okay,
But
I got a live show going on right now.
it is the thing about Top Gear is you don't have to love cars to watch the show. The guys are just hilarious.
Are they?
It's probably the funniest show that I watch on a regular basis.
Really? I've never watched Top Gear because I'm just not interested in cars.
You don't have to be.
Are you interested in cars?
I like some of the cars, yeah,
Okay. Oh, I was just wondering.
but that's
I
not,
see it advertised.
That's not
Well,
the main reason I watch.
again, though, alas, I have basic cable. I don't have BBC America.
Woe's me.
But I have a Google Chromecast,
Yes,
and I do watch that.
good.
I use different apps to stream to that, and actually now,
Your Chromecast is about to get better.
and I love it. Again,
Every week it gets better.
it does. The Google Chromecast gets better.
Yes.
And what does it do now?
Well, we already talked about the Google Drive
Right.
functionality that it's added.
Yeah.
But now we're talking about streaming video from your computer to the Chromecast. Almost any type of video that you want to watch, you now can through the Chromecast.
Really?
Yes. So this is completely free.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Chrome extension. So you have to have Google Chrome as your web browser.
Right.
You go to the Chrome Web Store and you download Video Stream.
Okay.
So once you have it installed, you are able to drag a file from your computer to the open page that is Video Stream,
Mm-hmm.
and it will start streaming that video to your Chromecast.
Which is awesome.
Yes.
That's great for like home videos.
Exactly. So yeah, if you want to watch any of your home videos, this is probably one of the easiest ways to get them on your TV
No kidding.
if you have them in files.
Right. If you've already put them on your computer.
Exactly.
That is awesome.
Or yeah, so say you just took a whole bunch of video over the weekend that you want to bore your relatives with. This is the perfect way to put them to sleep.
Yes. It is. Because they'll sit in the comfy couch.
All those home videos,
You can just pop them right there.
it's excellent.
So now I need to go get all my VHS movies, convert them to a file on my computer, and I can watch them.
Yes.
Like my senior prom.
What? You have VHS tape of that?
I have. Well, I don't know if it was my senior prom or my girlfriend's senior prom at the time, who happens to be my wife. But yes, we have one of our proms on VHS.
Wow.
Yes, a mother.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say which one. Went to the prom, even though it was highly contested and begged and pleaded not to go.
I think this might have been Jeremiah's mom
I'm not going to say whose mom.
or Cassie's mom.
It could be either one. And this mom went and videotaped. Of course, everybody else was happy with it.
That's hilarious.
But
Well, were there 5 people in that graduating class?
No, this was a junior. Well, there was seven in my class, by the way.
Yeah.
But it was a junior senior prom, so there was at least 20. Well, if you count couples, maybe 40 people.
Maybe they brought people from outside the school. Did that happen at yours?
I think it did. I think a few people brought those that were not involved with the school. I think that happened.
We had that at ours.
Did you?
It was bad.
It was bad.
Yes.
You had bad influences show up?
I don't know how much I want to talk about this on the radio, but it was bad.
Was it? And what? Let me see. Was it your class that ruined senior trips for them? Or not say ruined, but changed how senior trips are done at that school?
People in my class ruined senior trips for everyone else thereafter. I had nothing to do with this. I have video and pictures of the ruiners while they were ruining.
I need to see this.
I have.
You do.
I essentially have blackmail, but I would never do that.
I know you wouldn't, but you should show it to me.
But I do have video of these people doing things that they were not supposed to be doing.
So then this is what we're going to do, because I haven't played your PS4 yet either. You're going to invite us over. I'll take the children somewhere. I'm going to play a little PS4 at your house. I'll bring dinner.
Okay.
We'll play a little PS4, and then we can use the Google Chrome. I hope these you have a few weeks. You can put these videos on your PC.
Oh, I've already got them.
Oh, you do? Oh, then you can just pop them on.
I'm that person who's way ahead of the game and already has a way to distribute my videos to my TV.
Sweet. So then we can come over and you can just pop them in Google Chrome and we can watch them on the TV, huh?
Ready to go.
That's a date.
All right.
That is awesome.
You come up with the day.
I will come up with the day and I will bring dinner.
Perfect.
I don't know what I'll bring yet.
Who knows?
But it'll be something edible. And I'm going to watch your class change
the course of Trinity Christian Academy's
forever
senior trip history.
Yes. In fact, they were on their senior trip this past week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they left on Monday. I don't know when they got back.
Dude, that's super early.
They went to Honduras.
Or they do a mission trip now?
They do a mission trip now. Yeah. It's not fun and games like it was in your day.
Not just fun and games. It is now fun and games plus a mission trip.
Plus a mission trip, which they do that with the 8th grade too. That's what made it amazing, though. I love that mission trip.
Well, there you go.
So then I get to go again. I told them that I'm going to go again on their senior trip. I just had a great time. Unless it's in Honduras, I don't think I'll go to Honduras.
A little too hot and muggy for you? Do they get a choice where they get to go?
I think they get to pick it.
I was overruled, along with a couple of other people, on where we wanted to go.
Well, let me ask, how many went on your senior trip?
I think the majority of the class. I think maybe one or two people didn't go.
How many did you have in your class?
I don't know. It was over 20.
Yeah, 3 of us went on mine. 3.
We don't need to talk about yours.
We don't want to talk about mine because there are a lot of bad things that happened on that trip that we don't want to bring up.
Yeah.
It's boring.
But, yeah.
Yeah, so we won't talk about mine, but yeah, only 3 went.
Sad day.
Of 7.
I wanted to go to Disney World.
Well, we went to Disney World a little bit. Okay, so yeah, enough about Trinity Christian Academy and their senior trips.
That's true. So,
mission trips are awesome, and let me tell you, I had a great time on that. But I probably won't fly anywhere if they fly somewhere. Just not a flyer.
I love flying places.
Do you? It gets you there quick, doesn't it?
So much faster. I have driven across this country from West Coast to East Coast to. I've been all the way 6 miles from Canada in Minnesota, driven from San Antonio all the way up there.
Minnesota.
It is forever to drive around this country. It takes 2 days pretty much in every direction. Especially when you live in San Antonio.
I bet it takes longer when you're driving behind a bus full of kids going 50.
I'm sure it does. It probably takes like 3 days.
Per hour.
I never go that slow.
Yeah.
Unless the speed limit says so.
That's a great answer because we would never advocate going. Although I have to check my cool little app and my device, my automatic device, because I bet I got great gas mileage on this trip.
I'd be curious.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us tonight here on Tech Talk SA. We had a good time talking Google.
And
everything Google.
lasers.
And lasers. So join us next week. Next week we'll have some more Google for you, I'm sure, and some other cool gadgets
Maybe some
and apps.
lasers.
And maybe some lasers. So have a great week. And Tech Talk SA is shining a light on technology so you're not left in the dark. Good night, everybody.
That's a wrap for tonight.
Beautiful.
So, Antoine, this is not normally how it goes. We were a little light on content this week. So, it kind of turned into random conversations. But if you tune in next week, be sure that there will be more technology. That's normally what we talk about. So, that's it for this week. See you guys next week.